What's up guys, welcome back to our course, and in this tutorial series we are going to do backend development. So we are going to start by creating the RESTful API in this section. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a new React app for our backend and also add dependencies for our backend. So let's just look on the commands that we are going to use to create the new React and to add dependencies in our application. So these are the commands that we are going to execute right now. So the first command is to create the new React project. So we are going to use this command to create a new React application. So just go to your code editor. As we said earlier, you can use any code editor, and for me I'm using Visual Studio Code, which I really recommend you to use. Okay, there we go, we have Visual Studio Code opened. So let's just go to the terminal. The good thing with Visual Studio Code is that we have the terminal integrated. So let's open a new terminal, and before continuing, let's just go to the file and create a new folder for our application. So I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to name it, let's name it MongoDb Redux. So I'm going to name this one MongoDb Redux. There we have. So this is where I'm going to install our application. So let's just go back to the terminal. Then we have to navigate the directory to where we want to create the project. So cd, how did we name this? Okay, so cd documents. Then under documents, we have cd MongoDb Redux. So this is the directory where we want to create our project. So right here, it's where we'll type in the command to create the new React project. And we have here, it's npx create React app, then the name of the project. So npx create React app. So let's type that, npx create React app. Okay, then we give the application name. So let's call it MERN server. So this is where we want to, so this is what will contain the files for our backend. So while you've done that, just press on enter. So this should install the React application for us. So I'm just going to pause the video because this is going to take several minutes and I don't want to. So this is going to take several minutes and I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back when the installation is done. Okay, we are back. So once you see happy hacking, once you see this happy hacking, know that the installation is successful. So we've successfully installed React app in our application. So there is kind of a typo right here while we were installing React. So we needed to write this name as MERN server, but in return we just left an R. So we're going to correct this. I hope you've not done the same mistake as I've done. But if you've followed my steps and done this mistake, you can just come here and rename. So we're going to rename this to server, as this will be dealing with the backend. We can still proceed with the name MERN serve, but since we need our name to make some sense, that's why we are renaming it to MERN server. But you can put any name it doesn't have to be MERN server, provided that you understand that this is a backend. So maybe you can give it a name like backend, you can name it server, you can name it API. So the name doesn't matter when it comes to naming this application. So having renamed that, we are going to open it in our code editor. So just go to open folder, then let's open from the folder that we created. So it's MERN CRUD Redux. So this is the folder for the React app that we've just created. So select the folder. So once you've selected the folder, it should show the folder contents. So there we go, we have Node modules installed, then we have package.json. So package.json will be working with this several times, as this is where the dependencies are stored. So we're going to begin by installing the dependencies right now, which we'll be using for our backend development. So let's just go back to our slide. So back to our slide, we have the dependency to install, and the first dependency that we're going to install is Express. So we're going to run this command, npm install express. So let's run this. So go to terminal, then on terminal we're going to run the command. So make sure that the directory is on MERN server before you run the command. So let's run it now. So npm install express. So express, this is going to help us in routing. Let's install this. Click on enter. So this should install express for us. So let's wait for it to install. Okay, I've just installed all the dependencies, and I'll urge you to install them on your own. So just come right here where we have our slide. So these are the dependencies. I first installed Express with you, so I expect that these other dependencies you can comfortably install using this command. So the Express, we've said it will help us in the routing. The Mongoose is going to help us to connect our model and the database. Then we have the body parser. This is going to help us pass JSON in our APIs. And we have the cause. So the cause is going to enable the cause middleware. Then we have the NodeMon. So we use NodeMon to ensure that the server is live. So whenever we change anything in our files, it will automatically restart the server. So we don't need to restart the server wherever we change a file. So that's it. So if you need any help, maybe let me just show you the second one, how you will do. So to install Mongoose, just go to your terminal. Then on your terminal, let's remove that one. So on your terminal, just come here and say npm install Mongoose. Then click enter. I'll not click enter because I already have Mongoose. So the same you can do with the cause. The same you can do with the NodeMon. So global NodeMon. So you expect that you will just do this, then press on enter, leave it to install. Once the installation is done, then you can enter another command. Like right here, we've already installed the NodeMon. So once the installation is done, you can move to the next dependencies. So make sure that you install all these dependencies because we'll need this in our application. So all these dependencies will be needed. So make sure that you install them all. So thank you. See you into our next video tutorial.